Pulse of the people, we got Florida State on deck. How is the fan base of Florida State feeling? Generally, they're pissed off. They're pissed off that they got snubbed from the playoff after going undefeated and winning a Power 5 conference, as they should be. They're pissed off that they're in the ACC. They're fighting to get out of their own conference. They're suing their own conference. They're pissed off that the SEC and the Big Ten are trucking along and they're not invited to the party yet. Quotes on yet. We'll see about that. They're pissed off that maybe they missed their year with so much talent leaving from last year. Just generally, they're a pissed off bunch of guys and women. That said, beneath all of the frustration, there is some optimism. Light at the end of the tunnel. While they're in the ACC. Might as well take advantage of that. They're a big fish in a small pond, and the way the playoff is constructed, they have a good shot at making the playoffs. You win the conference, you win the ACC. They're either favorites or second favorites behind Clemson to go do so. So they're in it. They have a good shot to advancing their season to where they couldn't make it last year to none of their fault of theirs. But they're in a good position, so they could take advantage of that. Their biggest threat with Clemson is at home this year. It's at Doak Campbell. And the cherry on top of that is that they'll be playing the former Clemson Tigers quarterback. DJU will be the quarterback for Florida State. So you win the conference, you're guaranteed to get into the playoff. So there's some optimism here. Also, see Mike Norvell, that's their guy. He is probably the best coach in the state of Florida right now. They were winning the state, with Miami and Florida still working on their come up. Florida State has reemerged from the depths of struggle town over the past few years, and they're now a big player again. Their recruiting and the transfer portal have seen tremendous improvements and are very reputable. They're 12th in the country for the 2024 recruiting class, and they have the 4th ranked portal class in 2024. That's important because they lost a lot of talent from last year that are going on to the draft. And the Nick Saban retiring really benefited Florida State. They brought in 100 guys from Bama, to fill in some spots and to fill in some depth. So their schedule, though, is pretty tough this year. They are at SMU, and then they have Clemson at home. That's a back-to-back stretch. And then they have a 4-game stretch of at Duke, at Miami, North Carolina, and then at Notre Dame. And then they finish off the season with the Gators. So, their schedule is no cakewalk, but, granted, it is still the ACC, and they're still one of the big dogs in the ACC. So, they have a lot of talent to work with still. So there's still some optimism here, and they just have hopes that DJ can, his talents can finally be recognized under Norvell's system, and they take advantage of a weaker conference. So a bunch of pissed off people who have some optimism towards the rest of the season and into 24 and into the future.